Absolutely. I think he should consider it, and being real, he probably should. Here's why. What's keeping him in L.A.? Paul George? Kawhi doesn't need Paul George to win a championship. Why do we know that? Because Kawhi Leonard went to win a championship in Toronto, a place that had also never won a championship, with Kyle Lowry. Now, I tried to make the argument that Kyle Lowry is as good as Paul George. You scoffed at me, so I will now agree with you. Kawhi Leonard can win a championship with lesser talent. So the issue at hand ain't Kawhi Leonard. The issue at hand is the talent that he's coupled with, clearly. At least if I'm Kawhi, that's what I would look at it as. I look around and say, well, I went to Toronto, and I won in year one when it was a harder road traveled. I came here against a easier road travel. I had to fight to get past the Mavericks my first year here. Then I got eliminated by the Nuggets my first year here. Then my second year here, I had to fight even harder to get past the Mavericks. Then we was in a dogfight against the Jazz before I got hurt. So clearly it's not a matter of being in L.A. is the best situation for me. Kawhi should go. Because where Kawhi goes, the chips go. The chips aren't in the Clippers. Well, even though it's Clip City, Chip City, it's really just Clip City, City.
Watch your fingers.
Like, the chips ain't in L.A. with the Clippers. So Kawhi has no reason to stay, and I'm very intrigued to hear why you think he should.
Man, stop. You know damn well he's not going anywhere. He's going to opt out to get more money, as he should, because his owner has the most money of all owners in sports. So we have the greatest resources. Let's think about that. From the top down, we the best. Now all we got to do is finish the rest, which is stay healthy, we win the championship. Simple as that. I'm not even going to get into player comparisons because it's not about just one individual player, Luka versus Paul George. It's about the collective. And if you think about it, the Mavs, the same team that in a decade have not won a single playoff series, you add them there, yeah, they're going to do something. You remove him here, and we are 2 games away from the finals. So just think about what this team is without him. Just add add Kawhi. And then we got something there. It's just that simple, bro. Our squad is loaded. Just got to stay healthy. And we could steal a slice of Los Angeles. I lived in Dallas. Amazing city. It ain't like sharing it with the Lakers. Lakers will always be the one, the cream of the crop in L.A. I get it. But there is a slice of Laker fans, and more importantly, fans who are trying to pick their allegiances, pick their team, that we are going to snatch up. We're moving to a new arena 2024. That arena is going to be the best arena in the NBA. 1, because it's going to be the newest. 2, Steve Ballmer doing it. Good. You're going to walk in, your french fries going to float to you. You're going to think about a shake, it's going to end up in your hand. It's going to be crazy. Microsoft all damn. Now, that said, the Staples Center is going to be 25 years old. Ooh, but we got free Wi-Fi. Like, that ain't going to be enough, bro. So this is what's going to happen. There's going to be a 10-year-old who's saying, which team do I root for, Pops? And if he has a good dad, his dad's going to allow him to choose. And guess what he's going to choose? The winning team, the Clippers. Since 2011, you want to know the win percentage of the Clippers versus the Lakers? Lakers not even 500, 46%. And the Clippers are 61%. All right, you going to pick. As soon as Kobe stopped winning championships, then you going to pick the I work with you too, homeboy. With Kobe's 2 championships in tow as well, Lakers, 50%. Barely 500, 507 actually. Clippers, 56%. Think about a 10-year-old on down to my son, MJ. They're going to go with the hot team, the hotter team, the better team. It's the Clippers. We got the most resources, best owner, deepest team, best three-point shooting, best free throw shooting team. All we had to do was stay healthy, we win. Clip City, Chip City.
Okay, the 10-year-old. Can we pick the, 13-year-old and up?
I still got you at 13, 2010, 2011.
Yeah, but the Lakers also have 3 championships. In that 13-year-old's lifespan.
He don't go to all them games. That's just like one series.
Here's a kicker, though, Sal, because really, Kawhi Leonard doesn't care about how good the Clippers are without him. Kawhi Leonard knows he can win a championship with anybody, so why stay in L.A.? The biggest factor to stay in L.A. is, hey, you got PG. Let's be real. Like, the biggest factor is where can you go and play with somebody else that's this good? As good as Paul George. That's fair. But the problem is there are about 25 superstars, 25 all-stars in the league, 25 all-stars in the league by talent, not by who makes an all-star team.
Okay.
Paul George is amongst the worst of them, or at least he's amongst the most inconsistent. Look at the playoffs, Sal. You know me. It's facts over feelings all day. 2021 postseason. Players to average 20 points or more. Paul George, he had the 4th worst shooting percentage of them. Look in the conference finals. Let's get to a more narrow group. 8 players averaged 20 points or more in the conference finals amongst those teams. Paul George has the sixth worst shooting percentage. So when you talk about stars based upon the points they score, because that's why people make all-star teams, Rudy Gobert is an incredible player, but he's a defensive player, so we don't really talk about him like that, because we'd rather talk about the scoring leader like Steph Curry. You're an all-star because of points. Based on that, Kawhi's like, hey, PG, you an all-star, but I can go find another all-star as good as you. Let's be real.
Oh, my God. First of all, where is he going? Okay, I love this. People always say, I'm out of here. Where are you going? I don't know. That is not a good choice. You should have known where you're going before. I keep hearing about the Heat, and I keep hearing about the Mavs. And I really hear about the Mavs, as I said earlier, about them really putting in a good push because they got Luka and the cap flexibility. Let me just remind Kawhi Leonard, since, that's my dog. I'll probably text him right now. I ain't got his number, but I'm going to text him anyway and see what happens. That the Clippers have a better defense than the Heat and Mavs last year. And the Clippers have a better offense than the Heat and Mavs last year. And let me remind him that he's beaten the Mavs the last 2 years in the playoffs in the first round. And let me remind him that the Heat, even though they went to the finals in the bubble year, last year they got bounced in the first round. And they're going to return. Look at this lineup. Tell me if this is great. Jimmy Butler, okay. Goran Dragic, Iguodala, he golfing. I like Bam. I like Bam. And Tyler Hero. Damn, I like him when he ain't in the studio. He's pretty good. Point being, I don't see that team doing it.
But if you're Kawhi, Sel, you know this. If Kawhi goes to the Heat are better than the Clippers. If Kawhi goes to the Mavericks, if Kawhi is on the Heat and is not on the Clippers?
No, because you got to think.
A Clippers team without Kawhi is better than a Heat team with him?
One, that void will be replaced. And now, it won't be replaced with a Kawhi-level player, but we could get multiple players. We could do – look, we went to 2 games from the finals basically without Kawhi. And this is different because you're going to bring up maybe, or you're thinking about Giannis. And now I can hear people right now on Twitter, well, Giannis, they're missing Giannis in Milwaukee. They missed him 1 game. We missed him for an entire series plus, and we still got this close. You don't leave L.A., the real L.A., not the Lakers L.A., Hollywood and Sunset and West Side. We talking about real L.A., Inland Empire, homeboy, you know what I'm talking about? City of Orange, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's all of L.A., and it's for the Clippers taking. Kawhi, stay. It's yours.